What up? It's your boy, the ATX Sooner, back with another video. And man, how disappointing was that? I mean, don't get me wrong, at least we took the dub home with us. It was ugly though, man. So ugly. I understand trying to get the run game established, which we needed to do so. And by the way, I think we might have found our starting running back. Keep Sawchuck in the game, please. Anytime you got to put a wide receiver back at running back, that means that there's clearly an issue with the position. So then, once you put Sawchuck in, I mean, obviously he was in the whole game, kind of, not doing too much. But out of everybody I saw today, Sawchuck has established himself as the number one running back, even though he playing like a number two running back. Dylan Gabriel had to put it in his hands. I mean, it was just ugly, man. I can't think of nothing really good to say about this game. I expect us to drop in the rankings, of course, but I mean, at least we undefeated. That's all that matters. We still got that path to the Big 12 championship, and as long as we can secure that, then the playoffs are still in the picture for us. So, I mean, it was an ugly win, but it was a win at the end of the day. I just can't believe that, man, the discipline was not there. The execution was not there. It was just, that was probably the worst game I've ever seen Oklahoma play this year. And the good thing, just to look at it from a positive note, that was the worst game I've ever seen us play, and we still came out with the dub. I know BV finna get on them boys' ass, because I don't think this is a coaching issue at all. I don't think the play calls was bad. I didn't see anything that I can really complain about when it comes to the coaching. But man, I don't know if it was just that bye week, that bye week energy. We all know how it is. The week after a bye week, you a little slow, you got a little rust on your joints and whatnot, whatever the case may be, you got to shake it off. But man, that was just such an ugly win, man. So disappointing. I really don't know what else to say about it. It's just, at least we got the dub. At least we got the dub. It was just so ugly. This is, again, man, I'm gonna repeat myself. It was ugly, man. That's the worst I've ever seen us play. DG, I mean, he played good, don't get me wrong, but some of them throws were off. I mean, it was a lot of rust. So I'm hoping that over the next week, before we play our next game, all this rust will be knocked off. They'll actually be, I don't know if they have bought into the Texas hype, which is why they were playing the way they were playing today. I ain't going to use that as an excuse, because I don't think that was the case. I just think that them boys was rusty out there, and it showed. And honestly, if that was an away game, it might be a different outcome. But it is what it is, man. We got the dub. We 7-0. Way better than we were last year, regardless of anything. No matter how hard or how ugly that game was, at least we still undefeated. At least the playoff picture is still in our line of sight. At least that Big 12 championship is still in our line of sight. So you know me, I'm always gonna try to look at the positives of things. I don't expect to see us play like that again this year. If we do, I mean, that team that I saw today will take a L. If we put that tape on the field anymore this year, expect a loss or two, because there's no way that outcome should have been the way. We should not beat UCF by 2 points. Like I said, I expected a blowout. I expected us to put 50 points on the board. That offense could not get clicking. At some point, that defense, they just forgot how to tackle. They didn't. I said that the key of the game was going to be the linebackers, how them linebackers played. And I'm not going to lie, that front line made up for that linebacker play, because the linebackers were off today. Linebackers were completely off today. I mean, we knew that they were going to run a lot of trickery, a lot of read option, and the difference between UCF's read option and the normal read option is they options is like, they more have like 3-4 different options in each play when it comes to reading the option. And they showed out, man. They really exposed us, and I'm hoping that we can get all this cleaned up, because that did not look good. if we keep playing like that, man, like I said, I can see 1 or 2 L's this year with this team that I just saw today. This is the closest to last year I've seen Oklahoma play. And obviously that's not a good thing. But at the end of the day, we still got the dub. We still undefeated. We still #1 in the Big 12. That I said before, that whole bend but don't break shit, eventually you're gonna break. And man, you see how we look today. You see how we look today. It's just disappointing, man. It's just so man. And I'm at work right now, so I'm trying to like concentrate on work and do this. It was man, just not a good game. Not a good game at all. I'm disappointed in that Oklahoma team. I expect us to flip this around, not put this type of tape on the field for the rest of the year. I expected some big plays to come from UCF because that offense really is good. You got to give it to them. They got a good offense. There's a reason why they top 5 in the nation when it comes to offense. And I mean, it's just because it's so versatile. They have so many different options whenever they run in that read option. And that's why I said that linebacker core had to be disciplined. They had to maintain their gaps. They got to stick. They got to be line. They got to be everything that I know BV told them they needed to be. But it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. Easier said than done. Nick Anderson went off again. 2 touchdowns. This man is a touchdown machine. Like I said, Sawchuk, he should be our starting running back from this point forward. From this point forward, I don't want to see Marcus Major starting. I don't want to see Barnes starting. I want to see Sawchuk, #1 running back for the rest of the year until somebody else showed otherwise. That offensive line, iffy here and there. You know, they showed their weaknesses, and you know, I believe Bill Beatonbow is gonna get that all figured out too, because he the best offensive line coach in the nation, so he'll get that figured out. But I still can't understand if it's the running backs or if it's the offensive line why we can't run the ball. How can Kansas put 300 plus yards rushing on this same team and we barely coming out with what? I don't even know, 100? We might have got 100 yards rushing on them today. That is embarrassing. Today was an embarrassing day for Oklahoma. Like I said, I expect us to drop. Can't get mad at us if we do drop. But either way, you know, everybody know the AP poll don't really matter. So we're undefeated. We got that O at the end of our record. That's what matters at the end of the day. But yeah, we got a lot to clean up this week in practice. I expect that to be cleaned up. You know, I got trust in this coaching staff, and you know, you gonna have an off game. Defense, I guess they kind of had an off game. They came out strong and they finished strong. So you know that matters. That's what matters. We would like to see a more complete game than what we saw today. But we'll see. Next week we'll see how that goes. Are we playing Kansas? I don't know. Whoever we'll do. I'll do a little game preview for next week's game also. I told you that for some reason, whenever they play Oklahoma, they get healthy, and that quarterback Plumlee, he really showed his ass today. Like he really went off. I ain't gonna lie. Like he's a smart guy, you know. But there's UCF came into the year expected to be a better team than they've been, and I believe that this is the team that everybody expected UCF to be. So give them their props. No moment of silence for UCF like I expected. I was going to start the video with a moment of silence for UCF. I can't do that because I damn near had to do a moment of silence for us. And I'm just happy we got the dub. I'm disappointed in the outcome again, and it is what it is. But undefeated, it's your boy, the ATX Sooner, still happy about the dub, regardless if I'm disappointed or not. But yeah, man, as always, horns down. I'm checking out, and man, that game is not in our DNA. So that wasn't in our DNA. Bye.